You've probably spent the last few years of your life deeply immersed in video games, munching on junk food, and scrolling endlessly through TikTok. It's as if you've been living on autopilot, giving into your strongest impulses and letting your desires control your actions. Maybe at some point you've even tried going to the gym or starting a business, but keeping up the motivation has been a struggle. It's like there's always something pulling you back. And those old habits have kept you feeling stuck. You're what I call the thinker, a person who spends more time planning and thinking about doing things than actually making them happen. But here's the thing, by choosing to watch this video, you've taken a small but essential step toward changing that. This is a commitment to yourself to become a person who acts on ambition, a doer. The doer knows something important. Their old habits are deeply embedded in the subconscious, almost like they're part of who they are. These habits can be incredibly hard to eliminate no matter how much we want to. The solution lies in creating a period of intense focus, discipline, and structured work. By dedicating yourself to this, you'll realign your mind and your routine and allow yourself to build a new identity. But before we dive in, it's critical to remember that going ghost or vanishing from the distractions and demands of everyday life to focus solely on personal growth should be temporary. When I first began building my personal brand, which I scaled to 300,000 followers within a year, I used all of these methods. I cut off a lot of unnecessary contacts and habits, but I made sure to stay close to the people who truly supported me. This path requires balance, don't go overboard. Only use this technique for a few months, ideally whenever you're launching a big project or making a substantial shift in your habits. Just go all in for a little while and come back a changed person. Now let's get into the first powerful habit, waking up at the same early hour every day. This might seem simple, but it's one of the most impactful changes you can make. The ideal time is before or during sunrise. Waking up after the day has already started can make you feel like you're behind, scrambling to catch up. For instance, when I had school at 8 a.m., I would wake up as early as 4 a.m. It sounds intense, but I use this time for a strict morning routine: cold showers, reading, meditation, an hour of deep work, and even prepping my meals. After 2 weeks, I found it too intense, so I adjusted to waking up at 6 or 7 a.m. The key takeaway is this: the earlier you wake up, the more discipline you build, and over time it becomes easier. It might feel unnatural at first, but stick with it, and soon it'll be second nature. Next, let's talk about one of the biggest distractions we all face: our phones. During focused work, treat your phone as an enemy. Keep it out of your workspace, ideally in another room and on Do Not Disturb. Even if notifications are silenced, just having the phone nearby creates a subtle distraction. Let only crucial notifications through, like messages from family in case of emergencies, and mute everything else. If you find social media especially tempting, consider deleting apps like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and even YouTube for a while. Yes, even though I'm on these platforms, I'd rather see you succeed than get an extra view from you. If you absolutely need social media for work or your personal brand, there are ways to manage it. For example, on Instagram, you can mute stories and posts from certain people so that you don't see irrelevant updates. This way, you're still following your friends, but you're not constantly exposed to distractions. Be honest with yourself about whose content actually helps you reach your goals. Another vital technique for getting organized is time blocking. Break your day into sections with specific tasks at set times. Think of it like the structure of a school day, where each period has a clear purpose. Following this schedule consistently builds routine and helps you be more productive. You might plan, for example, that each day at 6 a.m. you begin your deep work, and at 7 a.m. you transition to another focus area. Over time, your body will adjust to this rhythm, and the routine will start to feel automatic. Also, don't forget to schedule short breaks, especially during intense work periods, as these can refresh your mind and keep you sharp. Another concept I want to introduce is flow state. This is when you're so deeply focused on a task that you lose track of time, much like being absorbed in a movie or a book. To reach this state, eliminate distractions, lock your doors, tell others not to interrupt, and close any unnecessary tabs or applications. If your focus slips even for a moment, you risk breaking flow state and losing all the momentum you've built up. During these sessions, I find it helpful to listen to focus music, such as the type found on sites like brain.fm. Although I'm not affiliated with them, I find their music effective for maintaining concentration. Consider setting a timer for 25 minutes of work, followed by a 5-minute break to help you stay in this state for longer stretches. Lastly, think of your daily energy or focus as a limited resource, something I call brain points. You only have so many each day, and every decision or distraction uses them up. When you wake up and immediately check social media, you're already using some of those points, which can leave you drained by the time you start working. By conserving these points early on and diving directly into focused work, you'll be much more productive and capable of maintaining flow state for longer. Try these strategies out, and please share your experiences in the comments. I'd love for this comment section to become a place where we all help each other stay accountable and succeed. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.